about in the year 2001. At that time, we did not know that vada pav as a product would go outside of Bombay. And we just mapped कि नहीं चलो Bombay में we will be able to put up at least 100 stores, and it's a large enough market to get started. And the biggest problem that we used to face was, that how can only one product become, transformed into a chain? Because when you go to Indians, हम जब जाते हैं, the mother wants to eat something else, the father wants to eat something else, the children want to eat something else. So how can you get all of them to have one product? So these are a lot of questions which were being asked, probably to me by my dad, because he was the one who initially financed the business. And we said that, we don't go to a McDonald's store and the father, mother, as well as the children, they all have burgers. Same way when you go to a Pizza Hut store, that is what you're having. Let's give it a try. कोशिश करते हैं to figure out how just one product will be able to, sustain an entire store. The reason why we had to select one product was because if you want automation and if you want to, use all the modern technology to be able to make the product in an automatic environment at a price which the customer is willing to pay, because remember at the end of the day we were competing with a roadside guy who was selling at very, very low prices. So we had to ensure that one product was building really, really large volumes which could justify all the automation that we wanted to get in. And fortunately for us, it worked. People came and most of them were the college youngsters and the young working professionals who valued hygiene as a big factor. So I'm sure all of you are running businesses. You all know that there is a reason why a customer comes to you, because there are 10 other people selling the same product, at different prices. So we were spending a lot of time in understanding what in vada pav is getting people in. Is it because people don't have the money? Because vada pav is supposed to be what people in Mumbai eat off the streets. So a conception tha that it's the people who don't have money who go and have a vada pav. And we realized that about 75% of the people who were coming and eating with us were the college students, and they had no dearth of money. Unke paas fancy mobiles the, they were spending a lot of money. They would go to a coffee shop and spend 100 rupees on a coffee, but they would come at a certain time to a JumboKing store to have a hygienic product and move on because they wanted to go for a meeting or to attend a class, etc. So that was what worked for us in Bombay. And so we were just mapping that, okay, so Mumbai with a population of almost 2 crore people would support 200 stores. And we started mapping and we were able to come out with 354 locations where JumboKing, selling the vada pav, can put up exclusive vada pav stores which would all be very profitable. And the same theory was used in a Bangalore, which for us is a market of 60 stores. We have already put up our 8th store. In Aurangabad, which is a market of 10 stores, we've already put up our 4th one. And this is how, the business is evolving. So what I'm trying to, probably the takeaway for you can be how big or small your product is all going to be in your mind alone. Because if we had thought that vada pav is too simple or too small a category, we would not have gone beyond our first store. And there are going to be a lot of such Indian brands, a lot of Indian foods which can be, franchised. You can create systems around it and, go national, go international with it. To share on the franchising aspect, why we decided to do franchising, it was, we realized that actually once you start getting initial success, there are a lot of people, a lot of venture capitalists, a lot of private equity funds will come and give you money and say that why you put up your own stores. But of course, being as human as all of us are, we did take that bait. We put up a lot of company-owned stores, and we decided that franchising may not be the best way to do business going forward, because franchisees ask too many questions, and in our own stores, we won't be answering that many questions. And there was a stage where 50% of all the stores that JumboKing had were company owned. And we realized that franchising was actually a far stronger, a far more robust business model to grow your business, provided you're franchising for the right reasons. And it's a very very big topic. What I mean by franchising for the right reasons, I might not be able to cover it now, but in brief, it is that don't franchise a business because you don't want to put your money at stake, because you're not sure how good the business is going to be. You franchise because you understand that the leverage that you can get from the franchisee's entrepreneurial spirit, that is what is going to take your brand forward. And if you keep selecting the right people, then it spreads by word of mouth, and more people keep coming and taking up a franchise. So while the company concentrates on creation of the systems, creation of the brand, creation of innovation of products, at every time ensuring that the franchisee is making more and more money than what he made last year, and he keeps on growing and is interested in putting up more stores. So we franchise because we feel we will grow much faster through that route. The franchisees come to us because they feel if they put up their own stores, they're anyway going to have the same margins that the company is anyway offering, but they're able to run a store without having the headache of having a kitchen and a chef and people and a recipe and competing with other brands. So it's a win-win situation which works for everyone, and I guess that is what all of us want. So this was a brief about JumboKing, and I think there is a lot of power in an idea. Of course, a lot of panelists have spoken about having belief in your idea. I think that is extremely important. And I think believing in your business model. So like we believe in franchising, not because franchising our holdings tells us it's the best thing to do. We have seen both the things, franchising and company owned, and we've realized that franchising is what is working really well for us.